Given the number of times that a player in this space has called the bottom and then disappointed, how do we know this is not another head fake?
Sure, no, fair question. I think semis overall have certainly had a strong run in the month of December, and we're wondering how much further we can go. But I think the important thing for Micron and Western Digital is that we are now just starting to see fundamentals bottom and starting to improve on an earlier trajectory. And I think the important piece is investors, we believe, will continue to move into Micron and Western Digital because of greater cyclical growth opportunities toward, I think, relatively strong consumer and data center-centric sectors as opposed to perhaps industrial and auto. And I think the other piece is valuation. Micron and Western Digital trade at a 30% discount to overall semis on pretty much any valuation metric you want to choose. So I think for those reasons, we're pretty positive on Micron and Western Digital, and I think there's a fair amount of upside from here.
Karl, whether it's Micron and Western Digital, or whether it's Microchip, which is also higher today after that company raised its guidance for the second time in 5 weeks, how much of all of this is tied to the signing of a U.S.-China Phase 1 deal?
Fair question. No, I don't think really much. I mean, Micron and Western Digital both have about 5% of exposure to Huawei. Huawei, of course, as you know, has been the focal point of U.S. and China trade relations. But it's much more discounted, I think, in valuations today. And I think it has more to do with the upside opportunity both within smartphones and in servers that we see will be very strong in the first half of calendar 2020.
We got this microchip guidance as well. I wonder how many of the Texans of the world, if the industrial chips is going to follow the thesis you're lining out.
Perhaps, but I think the biggest piece of what we focus on with Micron and Western Digital and what I think other semis might follow as well is the content story within these end markets. Within consumer, within smartphones, you're seeing NAND and DRAM content expand over 50% generation to generation in the premium tier handsets that are coming out in the March and April timeframe. I think in server, there's a content uplift on the new server platforms that will come out in Q2. Again, roughly 35% content growth. So at least within memory, there is a very strong content opportunity that we see within semis, and I think that will continue to drive beats and raises as we move forward.
So, Karl, just to wrap all of this up, given your upgrades on Micron and Western Digital, I mean, these two stocks are up 68% and 75% respectively over the past 12 months. How much further could they move?
We have an $88 price target on Western Digital. That's a little over 30% upside from here. For Micron, we have a $70 target, about 30% upside from here. So I think very strong opportunities from here.